When I was in college, I struggled with time management. I had multiple assignments and projects due, and I would often procrastinate, leaving everything to the last minute. This resulted in late nights and a lot of stress, and I knew I had to change my ways. I began researching time management techniques and experimenting with different strategies until I found what worked for me. Over time, I developed my own time management plan, which has helped me immensely. So, here are my top 7 time management tips. Tip 1. Set clear goals. Let's say you want to learn a new skill like playing the guitar. To set clear goals, you could start by deciding what you want to achieve with your guitar playing. Maybe you want to be able to play your favorite songs, perform for your friends, or even write your own music. Once you've identified your goals, you could break them down into smaller, more achievable goals, such as learning a new chord each day or practicing a particular song for an hour each week. When you set clear goals, you also create a sense of purpose and motivation. Having a clear sense of what you want to achieve can help you stay motivated and focused even when faced with obstacles or setbacks. Tip 2. Prioritize your tasks. Let's say you have a to-do list that includes tasks like responding to emails, making phone calls, and working on a project. To prioritize your tasks, you could start by identifying which tasks are most important or urgent. For example, if you have a project deadline coming up, that should be your top priority. You could also use tools like the Eisenhower matrix to help you prioritize your tasks based on their urgency and importance. Prioritizing your tasks helps you avoid the trap of busyness. Just because you're busy doesn't mean you're making progress towards your goals. When you prioritize your tasks, you ensure that you're spending your time on the things that matter most. Tip 3. Create a schedule. Let's say you want to create a daily schedule that allows you to balance work, exercise, and leisure time. To create a schedule, you could start by identifying how much time you have available each day and what activities you want to include in your schedule. You could then use a planner or a digital calendar to schedule specific activities, such as working on a project from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m., going for a run at 9 a.m., and watching a movie in the evening. Creating a schedule helps you avoid the trap of procrastination. When you have a schedule, you're less likely to put off important tasks or wait until the last minute to get things done. A schedule also helps you make time for the things that matter most to you, like spending time with family and friends or pursuing a hobby. Tip 4. Eliminate distractions. Let's say you find yourself getting distracted by your phone or social media while you're trying to work. To eliminate distractions, you could start by turning off your phone notifications or setting your phone to do not disturb mode while you're working. You could also use browser extensions or apps to block social media sites or other distracting websites during your work hours. Eliminating distractions helps you avoid the trap of multitasking. When you're constantly switching between tasks or trying to do too many things at once, your productivity suffers. Eliminating distractions helps you stay focused on one task at a time, which allows you to work more efficiently and effectively. Tip 5. Learn to say no. Let's say a friend invites you to a party on a night when you were planning to work on a project. To learn to say no, you could start by reminding yourself of your priorities and goals. If your project is a top priority, you might need to decline the invitation and focus on your work. You could also communicate your decision to your friend and explain that you need to focus on your work right now. Learning to say no is important because it helps you avoid overcommitting and burning out. When you say yes to every request or invitation, you can quickly become overwhelmed and stressed. Learning to say no allows you to protect your time and energy and focus on the things that matter most to you. Tip 6. Practice self-care. Let's say you've been feeling stressed and overwhelmed lately. To practice self-care, you could start by identifying what activities help you relax and recharge. This could be anything from taking a walk in nature to reading a book or listening to music. You could then schedule time for these activities in your daily or weekly schedule to make sure you're taking care of yourself. Practicing self-care is important because it helps you recharge and stay healthy. When you neglect self-care, you're more likely to experience burnout, stress, and illness. Taking care of yourself allows you to perform at your best, both personally and professionally. Tip 7. Continuously evaluate and adjust. Let's say you've been following a schedule for a few weeks, but you're still feeling overwhelmed or unproductive. To continuously evaluate and adjust, you could start by reviewing your schedule and identifying what's working and what's not. You could then make adjustments to your schedule or goals as needed, such as setting more realistic goals or changing your schedule to better reflect your priorities. Continuously evaluating and adjusting is important because it allows you to stay flexible and adapt to changing circumstances. Goals and priorities can change over time, and what worked for you today may not work for you today. Continuously evaluating and adjusting allows you to stay on track with your goals and ensure that you're making the most of your time. These tips have helped me manage my time better and achieve my goals more efficiently. But don't just take my word for it. Try it yourself. Over time, you'll find that time management becomes a habit and a way of life, making you a happier and more productive person. I hope you found this video useful. Thanks for watching. More wisdom, more solution, better life.